fear significantly messing up?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's deep.
So I've got a couple things. I'm going to say one that isn't as deep, but then I can push it off to you, and then I can come back to it if we want to do it like that.
We can try that.
But
I mean, I think so then.
Main thing, the first thing that comes to mind, so I make sound live for live TV. It's not like this where if suddenly I go, I can fix it in post. Like, it's not like that. Like, if something messes up on live TV, like if I don't unmute before going live or something and it messes up, I mess up the show for that day. It's like I could make everything sound terrible, and it's kind of like there's no fail safe if I mess up. Mm-hmm. It's damage control if I mess up, not a fail safe. So that's something that's not. I don't really know how I could like significantly mess up in that. But I mean, that's something that like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm just like, but I have so much fun doing it. So it's not really that stressful until stressful situations happen with people and stuff, you know. But so what about for you, Keaton?
I could say my job,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really fear that much about it.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't really have a lot of fear in things. I guess what I could mess up, I guess my relationship.
I don't really think there's much you could do. I don't think she's going anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really fear that either.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything I fear that I'm gonna significantly mess up or like even have the opportunity to.
So to get a little bit more of a somewhat serious and existential answer.
A level 3 answer.
To give more of a level 3 answer, I fear like messing up and wasting my time.
Ooh.
Because
Ooh, that makes it juicier,
here's the thing. We are not on this earth forever. We are not on this planet forever. Now, we may have eternal life, but the time that we have here is very finite, and in the grand scheme of things, very short. For all we know, we could die tomorrow. Yeah, we could die. Someone could walk through that door and shoot us both right now.
That would be like an excellent podcast. On live leaks.
Someone just runs in dressed as a Joker and says, "You're awful, Keaton and Ryan."
Gats us down with the Uzi.
Because I feel like actually this will probably be an answer for a question later on, but so I'll kind of skip over that. But I fear like doing a perfect quote. I actually had a sermon on this from Dwight L. Moody. Mm-hmm. I do not fear failure. I fear to succeed at something that doesn't matter. Because failure is the greatest teacher. As Thomas Edison said, it's like I failed 1,000 times before I invented the light bulb. Mm-hmm. It's like you have to fail in order to learn. There's no learning without failure.
Yeah.
And usually succeeding is seen as a good thing, but doing things that not just in the grand scheme of things, but even in the day to day don't matter, like at all. Because like there's a huge difference between doing hobbies that really aren't going to go anywhere, mm-hmm. and then to just like sleep your life away or whatever.
Yeah.
Not even sleep, just lay around and not do anything. Not just because you're not tired, not just because you're tired, but because you just aren't doing anything else.
Yeah, I guess you could say like not living your life for God.
Yeah. Not living your life for purpose.
Yeah.
For the purpose that we were designed for.
Purpose.
And glorious purpose. But like, not just that, but I mean, we're also supposed to enjoy our life while we're here, or else what would be the point in giving it to us? Because I mean, he could just have people who worship him constantly. Like, yes, we're supposed to worship him, but we're also supposed to enjoy it while it lasts.
Supposed to spread that great
that's the
news.
whole point. Yeah. So
to you.
That's
to you.
Now, do you have a different answer for that, or do you have anything? Oh, here we go. This one's going to be interesting. Are you sure this is level 3 and you didn't skip directly to level 4?
This is level 3.
Okay.
You see the little 3 file?
What is one part of growing old that scares you?
Soiling myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And having someone else clean it up.
Yeah. There was a Simpsons episode where it was actually pretty good. There was a Simpsons episode.
Just put a cork in it.
Where there was like, this was like a modern Simpsons episode too, where the whole thing was there was this like a technical school where it was training people for the jobs of the future. And it turned out that, so they were training like the uber smart, like to do like cool things like Martin and Lisa and all that.
Yeah.
But whereas like Bart and Milhouse and all those people, it seemed at first they were just training them to do gig jobs like Uber Eats and stuff like that. But it turned out the algorithm told them what their job of the future was, and all of it was elder care. It's just now. You do what you do in the lawn care, but what scares me the most about growing old is, so my parents had me later in life.
Yeah.
Right? My mom died at 52 years old, and my dad is currently 65. And so my grandparents, I remembered when they turned 80 when I was fairly young. So I watched my grandparents slowly get older. And now, so in hindsight, this wasn't entirely the case, but there was one time, quite a few years ago now, it was like probably like 6 years ago, I think. No, I want to say it was 2017, early 2017 or 2016. And my grandma had fallen and broken her hip. And she was very delirious at this moment. She was in Lily Palms nursing home. And my dad and my aunt, so my dad's sister, I was there to go visit my grandma, and they were there arguing over a bunch of different things about the care she's getting, about what's going to happen, about what the game plan is, a ton of different stuff. My grandma was completely out of it. And then I'm sitting there, and suddenly I have this realization, like, holy crap, that's going to be me and Cassie one day. Standing there arguing. I thought that there was going to be that point where we were going to be arguing over my mom. Now that didn't happen, but it could still very well happen to a point where I'm arguing with Cassie about a nursing home for my dad. And then the second part of that hit me was, not only am I going to be the one standing over the bed, but there's a strong possibility that I'm going to be the one in the bed when I'm older.
Yeah.
So my grandma, she died of Alzheimer's. Well, really, she died of a broken heart, but she barely recognized anybody towards the end, right? And that scares me. Like, not being able to recognize the face of my own children. when they come in. That's what scares me the most about growing old, is that seeing your parents get old and then realize that that's going to happen to you. Mm-hmm. Unless you die early. So.
Or the rapture happens.
Yeah, that too. Well, is there anything other than soiling yourself that you're scared about other than pooping your pants, doing a little,
not really.
Doing a little tinky
I don't
winky?
fear death, so.
Oh. Well, no, it's not death that I fear, because when you're dead, we're good. Like it's like I fear the process of dying, like not death itself, because death has lost its sting. The grave has no hold.
There you go, Ryan.
So, yeah. Let's see.
I don't know. I feel like these questions aren't that juicy.
Here, let me see. Oh, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that one.
Found a juicy one.
If you could erase one health problem from the world, what would it be, and why? Also, I'm putting an addendum on the end of that. So, Keaton, what would you say?
What one health problem I would get rid of? Oh man, I feel like it would have an effect where it'd like screw everybody's world up, though.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Like like the natural
Because
Darwinism that goes on.
Here's the thing. People die.
People get eliminated from the gene pool.
There's
Sometimes it's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with that way too fast. No, it's like a thing. The thing is, humanity will only survive to a certain point at the rate we're going. And like
okay, you know what?
What?
Like Alzheimer's / dementia, because I feel like that's not the way to go.
That's not the way to go, because Alzheimer's doesn't it does kill you eventually.
Yeah, you can give me cancer.
Like, because here's the thing.
That's just not the way to go.
Cancer is the number one killer. Like, or aside from like heart disease and stuff. Yeah. People have to die. I mean, there's
people do have to die.
But they have to eventually die.
People rather die knowing their family than not knowing them.
See, now what I was going to say, which I'm changing my answer to yours, but a close second would be coronavirus as a whole, because if coronavirus didn't exist, none of this would have happened. Like, none of this whole thing how it was blown into proportion, how the whole mask thing, and now the whole vaccine thing, and all this way and that way and up and down and left and right and all that.
Yeah.
It would have just been much easier if it never happened. So with that, I want to do that one next.
For the next question here, we have, what is one way you want to change as a person over the next year or two?
Well,
question mark.
Let's see. Got to clear my iFunny notifications really quick. Just give me a moment. For those of you who are on video, you have to be 170 pounds by 12. By 12/31/21, no excuses. I'm going to lose some more weight. That's one way I want to change. Number 2, I want that little laugh thing to be completely gone, like never come back.
I think it is gone.
Yeah. I caught myself, and
I'm just gonna throw you in like a very like nerve-wracking situation and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, Jordan picked up on it, so
maybe like meeting new people.
No, but
it depends on who.
Then also, those are just like not superficial things.
Yeah.
But also, I want to grow in my faith a ton.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I I have a video that I'm going to record for the next the new generation. I've got a little 12-minute sermon that I have prepared about it's called The Necessity of Faith. Now, you've heard my testimony on the What's in the Sky podcast, which I think that was beautifully named because we were talking about UFOs and then we ended up talking,
Yeah.
But the whole thing, there's a difference between knowing of God, knowing who God is, believing in God, having faith, and then finally having a relationship with Him. Because my relationship with Him is similar to my relationship with, and Alessandro, you know it, Alessandro. When Alessandro's in town, I talk to him, I hang out with him, we have fun. But we don't talk outside of that. We don't talk enough. And I was talking with him last week about that. I'm like, remind me to talk to you more. And I've had little moments where I've been like,
I would 100% agree with you on that.
It's because I'm also surrounded by, I work at Faith Broadcasting. I am surrounded by such faith-filled people who, like, the mantra of their life is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the evidence of things hoped for, now faith is the evidence of things, substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. There is no need for proof when you have such strong faith, because faith is literally, it's something you can grab onto, and it's the evidence for what you can't see with your own eyes, you know? But you can't see the wind, but you know it's working. It never stops. It never stops working. It never stops. It never stops working. So you could even call it a waymaker, a miracle worker. In fact, you could even go as far to say as a promise keeper, and a light in the darkness.
A light in the darkness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even when you don't see. Okay.
Okay.
Well, what about for you? What's some ways that you want to change in the next year or two?
I agree with you. I would like to be able to go to church more.
See, that's the thing.
It's
I go to
difficult.
church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have saltine crackers and grape juice in my back seat right now, so that I can just like.
Whenever it's.
Well, he said, "Do this in remembrance of me often," and I'm like, "Often."
Often.
It's like often. So, whenever possible, I haven't opened it up yet, and I bought it a month ago. But I mean, also I want to pry a little bit here. You're getting married in a few months.
Yeah.
So, what are some ways that you think you're going to change over the next year or two? Like, other than that, not be that whole like youth pastor that walks out there. It's like, guys, my wife is so hot. You know the whole youth pastor thing where they're always like that.
I don't know that. That's kind of weird. You know what? I hope my youth pastor would never do. Well, my youth pastor is a deputy now. Wow, imagine that.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. Well,
Calling all units.
Okay. What were you even talking about before?
Well, how do you think you're going to change? Like, other than that,
how I think I'm going to change? I think I'm going to become more mature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to learn a lot of things. How to provide for myself. How to provide for others. How to take care of a family. Family of two, but nonetheless, still a family.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's more of just like a balancing act of balancing work, family, and then like social life and all that crap.
Wait. I'm trying to think of a word that you could use that starts with F for money. I'm trying to think because
finances,
family, and faith.
the 3 Fs.
The 3 Fs. finances, family, and faith. So you said work, family,
Yeah.
and
Finances, family, and faiths. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. Here. Do you have another? You have the next question.
I have a level 4 popped up here.
Oh. Yeah, we're an hour in.
Yeah, I was
Holy
gonna say, we
moly,
have
this
level
is going by like nobody's business.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I am ready for this.
This is
I hope
good.
that this is captivating for you guys at home.
Yeah.